Podcasting from St. Louis, Missouri, this is Functional Wellness with Dr. Alison, your information and inspiration hub for all things health, wellness, and functional medicine. Your host, Dr. Alison DiBarto Goggin, has been practicing functional medicine for over 11 years. She is passionate about finding root causes and solutions for gut health, hormone balance, anxiety, and autoimmune conditions. Welcome to the show.
Hello and welcome. Is your immune system ready for winter? This month in my private Facebook community, our theme is Brace Yourself, Winter is Coming, because we all need to start preparing now for the next few months. So make sure to join us. The link will be in the comments here below. I'm going to be going live a few times a week. I have a ton of information for you on wellness and health and recipes and planning for parties and talking about food and all of the winter things that you need to know about so you can be ready and prepared. So, as we go into fall, I feel like the kids are coming home from school. They have new friends, they have new germs. A lot of us are going back into the office, or I should say, a lot of my patients are going back into the office. And you might feel like you're getting sick all of the time. And of course, the big worry is this allergies? Is it a cold? Is it the big pandemic cold that we're worried about? And even my son started school this year and he just started throwing up. So every day we'd get a phone call and then he'd have to stay home and then he'd go back and he'd get sick. And I really felt like it was his body just readjusting to being around people all the time. And we did have to do a lot of testing and get him set up. But once we got his immune system back on track, he's at school, he's not coming home, he's feeling a lot better. So it takes some work, but we can be ready. So let's start with my favorite place to start for our immune system, which is food. My favorite foods for the winter are gut focused because it's for the immune system. And we want to protect that first line of defense, which is the lining of our gut, the secretory IgA, and how our immune system interacts with what we bring in. So the secretory IgA lines all of our mucous membranes, our mouth, our sinuses, our lungs, our whole GI tract. And if that's not functioning, is going to let in a lot of bugs into our lungs, our sinuses, and our gut. And our immune system has to fight it, might get overwhelmed. So the first thing I love to add in is bone broth because of all the nutrition in it, of course, but also collagen because collagen is an amazing support for the lining of the gut. I also love to use collagen for eczema support. You can drink this warm. A lot of people drink this instead of coffee, which is great to do. Add it to your soups or whatever you're cooking with. But drinking bone broth is a great way to do this. Now you can buy it prepackaged, of course. My favorite brand is the Pacific brand, very easy to get a hold of. You can also make your own. Go to a local butcher shop. Ask for bones. Most of them will just sell them to you. So that's really easy to do. Root vegetables like sweet potatoes, onions, shallots, and yams are also great because they have these really high levels of carotenoids, beta carotene, vitamins A and C. They're really, really great immune support. So also with your cooking, adding in basic support herbs and spices like ginger and oregano can be helpful too. So this is a great time for soups and chilies and good warm foods. Get out your Instapot, your crock pot. Try and make it easy for yourself as you can. But this is why all these foods are really good right now, not just because of the weather changing, but because of all the nutrition that we have in them. Okay. And as we go into my second category, which is supplements, you can't out supplement a bad diet. So if you're eating a ton of junk food, if you aren't eating your vegetables and your meat and you're waking up and just having shakes and processed foods, your immune system's going to be trashed and you can't just take supplements to make that better. Food is really where all of this starts. So for supplements, leading into that, the next place I always like to start off with is a probiotic for immune health because they help reduce inflammation. It supports the gut lining. It supports immunoglobulin cells, supports the secretory IgA. And the key with probiotics is that you want a good variety of strains, not just the one with the highest count. So I love doTERRA's PB Assist is the one I use. I use their PB Assist Junior for our kids line because it's kind of like a pixie stick. It tastes really good. It's powdered form. I also love Seeking Health's Probiotic Histamine X for people who have histamine histamine intolerance or SIBO, and they don't handle probiotics well. So if you take a probiotic and you find that you're bloating, you're getting a ton of acid reflux, you're just not feeling better, switch up your probiotic, try a different strain. My histamine podcast, I talk about exactly what you need to take and avoid as far as probiotics go, because they might be flaring up your histamine. Vitamin D, of course, is another must-have supplement. I think it's best to get your levels of vitamin D tested in your blood before and then after the summer to see how much your body is like getting naturally from the sun and figure out if there's a blockage to why you aren't making it, why you aren't using it from the sun or even from your supplements. Most people who are still low in vitamin D, despite taking all of these supplements, usually have gut health issues, thyroid complications, nutritional deficiencies. So make sure that you're getting your blood tested, make sure that you're taking the right type of vitamin D. And you also want to have that K2 to increase your absorption. If you find that taking it in pill form is not changing your blood levels, then you might need to switch to a patch form or a liquid form. Sometimes just having to digest more things is just too hard on the body, and taking it in a different format might make it more absorbable for you. So switch it up, try different things. And then lastly, zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin A are all really important as well. And now we can list every single vitamin, every single mineral, and talk about how great they are, because of course they're all important. So don't fall into this trap of about going to the supplement store and buying A through Z of everything and taking it all, because it's just one that's really expensive. You're going to be taking 800 pills a day, and we need to be getting these things from food. So you can go for specific support, especially if you're going to be traveling, you're going through a stressful time, maybe you're going to be around a lot of new people, and then you can add these things in as you go. Or if you know there's certain times of year for you that you are finding yourself having a lowered immune system, or every October you get really sick, and this is just a time to really just prep your body and give it all that you can. Okay. Now, second to food, lifestyle is the next most important thing, because again, we can take supplements, you can use all these things, but we have to take care of ourselves first. So washing your hands consistently, not touching your face or your eyes, staying home when you're sick, all of these things are very, very important. I say this all the time because of my kids, like this is how we stay healthy, right? So my number one lifestyle recommendation would actually be not drinking alcohol, avoiding it as much as you can. Alcohol reduces your ability to fight infections. It reduces your immune system. It destroys your gut lining and the bacteria. So you might be taking probiotics, but then you're drinking at night or during the day, and your gut health's not going anywhere. You might be saying, Alison, these supplements aren't working, when the reality is you're destroying the lining with alcohol. So I would say you can stick to drinking only at special events if you have to, since holiday parties are coming up. Don't drink every single day. And if you do need help reducing your intake, totally normal. That's okay. Find professional help with a therapist. They can help you manage stress without the negative risks of drinking, drugs, overeating, all of these negative coping mechanisms that we have. We can start to learn to manage stress, especially with family time coming up in the holidays. This is a really great time to get help, set boundaries, and find new ways of coping with stress. All right, that's a big conversation. We're actually going to have at the end of October a big podcast on alcohol, managing it, why we shouldn't drink it, and just different strategies around it. So stay tuned for that one. And then my next priority is sleep, because research shows those who get less than 6 hours of sleep have a reduced ability to fight infections. So practicing good nighttime rituals like turning off the TV, turning off your phone, getting off of social media, put your phone in the bathroom or somewhere else in the house while it's charging at night so you're not distracted or tempted to get on it instead of going to sleep. Keeping your room dark and cool, all of these things. Start creating a really good nighttime ritual for yourself, especially as the days are getting shorter and we're keeping the lights on more. It does seem to be more troublesome in the wintertime. So use low level lamps if you can instead of overhead lights, because that overhead triggers our brain to think that it's daytime, whereas table side lamps, salt lamps would be better lighting for your brain to help you go to sleep. And then the last thing with lifestyle is there's so many good things to do. My last one would be exercise because exercise improves your brain health and sleep. It helps your heart health. It boosts your immune system, all of those good things. The key is you need a minimum of 20 minutes every day of focused exercise, meaning it's all at one time. It's not 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. You do 20 minutes in a row, you get your heart rate up. And the key is really to find what works for you. It could be walking, running, weightlifting, Zumba, a DVD, something free on YouTube. I don't care. But find what works for your body that makes you feel energized, you don't crash afterwards, and keeps your heart rate up for a little bit. My last section here is essential oils because I love using essential oils for my daily support for my immune system, but also my whole health. Oils are so versatile that one oil can do so many things for your body in multiple ways. Like my go to every day is copaiba. It is amazing for immune support, but it's also great for brain health, stress, anxiety, sleep, muscle pain, so much more. There's so much research out there on this one oil. I use 2 drops a day under my tongue. I rub some on my feet at night. I love to do it, put oil in the diffuser. And then I do the same with frankincense. So those are my top 2 specific oils for immune support. And then, of course, we have the protective blend, the On Guard blend line that covers all that you need. I do like to diffuse the oil during the day, especially when the kids come home, because it helps focus, concentrate, immune system, helps with homework time, of course, immune system after they get home. We use their hand soap, the sanitizing mist, and now we have these On Guard chewable tablets with beta glucan, vitamin C and D, and zinc, and of course, all the oils, which has been great for our whole family. The other oils we use for our whole family is actually the Aroma Touch Technique Kit. It has 8 oils in the kit, and we just apply 1 to 2 drops on the back, dilute it with fractionated coconut oil. And the oils in the kit are designed specifically to support healthy inflammatory responses, supports the immune system, relaxes the nervous system, and it's so great for the whole family. So this is actually the kit I used every single day when I was in the hospital for pain, for inflammation, for gut health, for my immune system. And so I love this kit. So once a week for the whole family, we get it done and we go. We don't have to think about it anymore. So we do have a lot of great options for supporting our immune system, but remember the main key is taking care of yourself on a daily basis. Lifestyle and nutrition will always be your best support. So please put yourself and your health first. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Make sure you like or subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of our weekly podcasts. And make sure to join my free Facebook community so you can be ready for winter with all of us. I'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to Functional Wellness with Dr. Alison. If you would like personalized care and testing, you can schedule a free introductory consult with Dr. Alison online at Little Black Bag Medicine or message us on Facebook at Little Black Bag Medicine. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.